and welcome to BQ Prime. You're watching Earnings with BQ. And our guest today is Mr. Venkat Jasti, CEO and Chairperson of Suven Life Sciences. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for taking me.
So we'll have a short conversation on how your earnings have been for this quarter. While I see that the revenues have been down 38% year on year, and we're still in losses, how would you guide us for the quarters ahead?
This is not a revenue model, as you know. This is a research company doing innovative research, and it takes 10 to 15 years before you see any kind of results out of this. And there is no guarantee that the products that we are trying to develop are going to make it to the market, because these are innovative research, that too for an unmet medical need for the global scenario. And the revenues are only a service revenue. It is not any manufacturing or anything like that. So the revenues are very minuscule, and the losses will continue to be like that until there is a monetization happens on one of the molecules which are in the clinical trials, global clinical trials. The model is, this is not a regular kind of a thing where you have a revenues and a profit and loss. Until there is a success, always there is a loss only, because expense is only, it is only expense at this time. Only when the monetization takes place, when the product goes to the next level, then only the revenues will show up. So for your guidance, there is not going to be any guidance as of now. There is no guarantee in this business. It is a binary outcomes for the innovative drug discovery, research, and the clinical trials. So it will happen only when the monetization takes place, which sometime, if everything goes well for one of the compounds, it may be 2024 calendar.
Okay. So that is for one molecule, one of the molecules that we're researching on currently?
Yes. If you see that we have G3031, we have mentioned in our press report also. The enrollment in a global clinical trial, 93% is finished. By July, the 100% of the enrollment will take place. By the end of the year, we have the top line results. And if the results are positive, then now we have an opportunity to collaborate with somebody where then you can monetize. That means you get the upfront payments and then the combined development later. So if not, we may have to do our own development based on the results. And this is the first opportunity which we are going to have. And if everything goes well, sometime in calendar 2024, we may see some kind of a monetization opportunity. But there is no guarantees as of now, because it's a double-blind study. We have no idea how the study is going on. We only can tell you there is no safety concerns, because that is known to us all the time. And the deadline for this completion of the trial should have been last year, but because of the COVID, it got delayed. And now it will be before July, it will end. And then the results will take another 3 months for collating and submitting to the FDA. Then only we will know the results.
And so what are the other molecules that we're researching on, if you could give us some view on that?
Yes, another molecule is called Suven 502, which we have been doing this since 2016 for a Alzheimer's trial. And last year we have announced, after 650 patients trial on a triple combination of 2 existing drugs, it has shown very good safety profile, but it did not give you statistically significant results for the Alzheimer's disease. But it has shown in the secondary indications, it has shown it is very good for the agitation and aggression in Alzheimer's disease type dementia. Okay. So we went back to the FDA saying that the molecule is very safe, and it is likely to be good for the agitation aggression indication. And we requested them to give permission to conduct this phase 2, because we have done a huge phase 2 study, to go for a phase 3 study, which they have agreed upon. And we have started in last October, that's 2022 October, trial. It will will have about 425 patients, and it is in 5 different countries, USA, Poland, Croatia, Serbia, all these things. And we have about 50 sites all over and 425 patients. If everything goes well, the top line results will be sometime in 2025. And that's the second opportunity.
Okay. So what are the kind of revenues that we are expecting of these 2 products if they were, of course, to turn successful?
There is no drug available as of today for these indications. So the opportunity is huge, but we cannot estimate unless there is a market potential already established. We cannot tell, but it will be in the $1 to $2 billion for this kind of a thing for the agitation aggression, and up to $1 billion per year for the excessive daytime sleepiness. That is for the 3031. But those are all conjecture at this time, because unless the data comes out and it's launched, then only you want those things, which is a long way to go.
Yeah. So also we had some bit of other income this time. So what exactly falls under this other income category?
As you know, because since we don't get any funding from anywhere else, this is the drug discovery company. Last year, we have raised 400 crores on the rights issue. So the other income is the interest earned in the last 4 or 5 months.
Okay, sir. Also, sir, on the profitability side, now you said that it's going to take some while until it happens, but we've gotten a couple of patents. We've gotten 12 patents approved this quarter, from what I read. So, what happens on that front? Would those yield some bit of revenues?
No, patent does not give you a revenue. Patent is a requirement for a drug that is developed based on the patent to have the exclusivity of the marketing rights until the expiration of the patent.
Yes, so
just merely having a patent does not give you any revenue, but it only protects you from copying by somebody else, because you will be doing the work for 10 to 15 years, and there will not be anybody to compete with you on that if our molecule is successful. That's the reason this is a...
Yeah. So are we assessing any partnerships for monetizing these particular patents? That's where I'm coming from.
Yes. Patent monetization will happen only when the product which goes to the clinical trial is positive. But the thing is, in the central nervous system disorders where we are, unless it has a proof of concept, that means unless there is a effectiveness on the patients, like what we are going to get this end of the year, then you have the opportunity to collaborate with anybody, either joint collaboration or out licensing or selling, whatever it may be. In other indications, there is a possibility to do at the phase 1 level itself, but unless it's a proof of concept is done, the phase 2 minimum, then only you will have an opportunity to collaborate with anybody or partner with anybody.
Okay. And so last question, are we looking at getting into other therapy areas apart from CNS? And are we looking at any sort of strategic partnerships or collaborations with other companies?
Oh, we always look for the strategic partnerships and collaborations. But as I said earlier, it is nobody wants to align at the early stage, because it's a highly risky business. This attrition is here about 99% attrition in the CNS field. As far as the expanding into other areas, no, we are not expanding, because we have huge infrastructure created, huge intellectual property created, and we have, in addition to this, another 10 molecules in various stages of development. But another one, which is 911, which is for the major depressive disorder, we are in touch with the US FDA to file a protocol to do a short study to see the efficacy, and that may be in the 3rd or 4th quarter of this year it will happen. Like that, there are other compounds which are in the pipeline, and we don't think we have enough capital to go into the other areas. Whatever we have, we need to take it to the next level.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure talking to you. This is VQ Prime.